Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter Soil of class 7th NCERT book. Now before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in the last class. Now in the last previous classes I have told you about the word soil, means what is the structure of soil, and we have also discussed the types of soil, and then we have seen the soil profile where we saw that soil is a very important natural resource which is going to help each and every living creature on this earth, whether it is a small animal, it is a whether it is a and it could be a big animal, or it is a microorganism. All the life forms are being supported, all these are being they are being related directly or indirectly with the soil. Now if we consider the various types of soil, we saw that it is of three types, where sandy soil was having the particles, very large particles. Then we considered if we and then the second types of soil was the clay soil, which has a very smaller particles, very fine particles which are being clinged together. And then lastly we saw about the loamy soil, which is the best soil for agriculture, and that is why it is also known as the agricultural soil. Now why this is considered to be an agricultural soil? Because it is having the particles which are intermediary, means they could be the larger particles and they could be the smaller particles. Even it is also rich in the humus, that is why it is being utilized for various crop production, means it is helpful in the growth of the crops. Okay, so next we saw about the properties of soil, where we have seen that okay, before that we discussed about the horizons of the soil, and it consists of the soil profile, which is having the topsoil, subsoil and the bedrocks. Okay, and we saw the formation of the soil is done with the help of weathering. Now next, in the last video I discussed about the soil erosion and soil pollution. Now these were the two adverse effect of the soil when we are using these natural resources. If we are exploiting these natural resources, what will happen to them? So the first thing could be the soil erosion. That is a natural phenomena which we cannot stop. So if the winds are blowing, it is going to carry away the soil to some extent, and if the water is being flown, means if the rainfall is happening, then also we cannot stop the water running off these soil with them, so taking off the soil with them. Now why we cannot stop? Because the water which is being flowing will carry some of the amount of the the soil with them. Now if if and it could be stopped, yes, of course it could be stopped. It is stopped when we are if we are following some rules of afforestation, means if the trees are being planted in the large areas, then what will happen? Then the soil will be bound with the it could be anchored with the particles of the soil, and it is not being easily wiped off. So for stopping these erosion, we need to plant more and more trees, so that the trees could always bind the roots of these trees will bind the soil properly, and it is going to create less amount of pollution. Now means soil erosion. Now next we discussed about the pollution of the soil, which is going to harm the soil, as the soil is going to it is going to be polluted, and it is going to give rise to various problems because of the pollutants which are present which are present here in the soil. Okay, so the pollutants we have discussed about, the various pollutants like chemicals are there, fertilizers are there, and then we discussed about the ways by which you could stop the soil pollution. As you are not using the polythenes or these plastics, you could carry your cloth bag, so that you could bring the things from the market easily in those buckets, in those cloth bags. If we need to avoid these plastic materials, which is going to create lots of soil pollution, because it is going to decrease the fertility of the soil. Okay, so all these things are considered in the we have seen in the last video, which was about the pollution of the soil. Now in today's video I'll just tell you about the two activities which were left. It is present in your NCERT book, and I haven't discussed it in between the chapter, and today we are going to discuss the exercises part, as I have told what all things we have learned till now. I think you might be knowing that this chapter is going to be over. Before finishing the chapter, I'll just discuss the question answers and the activities with you all. So we go on to the first slide. That is the first activity which is present in your NCERT book. Okay, so here the first activity is that you need to find out the layers of the soil, means it is related with the soil profile. Now we know about the soil profile that it consists of the various layers. Now what are these layers? As you remember that it consists of topsoil, it consists of subsoil, it consists of bedrocks. Now it was present naturally. Now if you have to prove this with the help of an activity, now what you have to do, you will take the beaker which is placed here as you could see here in the diagram at the back side of this picture. So here this diagram shows you about a glass which is being taken here. So the glass is having some materials in it. Now what are these materials? Now I'll discuss this. So the glass is filled with the soil. Okay, you will take the little bit of soil and then you will break the soil, these lumps, with your hand and powder them. Now next what you will do, it will be the glass tumbler will be filled 3/4 with water. Okay, it will be filled 3/4 with water. Why you have to fill the 3/4 with water? Because you have taken some soil and it need to be stirred. So you will add some amount of water in it and you are going to stir this properly. Okay, so after stirring, what you will see? You will see that there could be the various lumps which are being formed, and they will be in the powdered form. Now once it is going to be dissolved properly, you will just stir this up. You are going to stir this, and then you will be able to see you have to keep this for some time. After dissolving the soil, you need to keep this for some time, and after some time you will observe and you have to give the answers for the question. Now as you could see here, as you could see here in this diagram, that once the soil is being dissolved in the water, once it settles down, it is going to form various layers. So the layer which is being formed is the layer of humus, the layer of water, clay, sand and gravel. Okay, the layer of sand and gravel. Okay, next point is that you need to answer the question. Okay, so you need to answer these questions which are being kept, which are being placed, means it is being written over there in your book also. So we'll just solve this. Do you see the layers of the particles, the different size in the glass tumbler? Yes or no? So as you could see here, these layers are being arranged in the form according to the size of the particles. So yes, you could see the layers. So the answer will be yes, you could see the layers of the different sized. Next, you draw a diagram showing these layers. You could see that the diagram is already being drawn here. You just have to draw the same diagram. Next thing is that, are there some dead rotting leaves? Are the animal remains floating on water? See this diagram and please tell me, is this present? All these rotting leaves and the things are present over there. So yes, the leaves are also present on the surface of the water which is being present in this soil. Okay, so this was about the humus. We are talking about humus which is present as the dead and rotting leaves on the remains of the water. So the answer will be yes. Okay, next activity, the types, which is based upon the types of soil. So the first thing is that you need to collect the samples of clay, loamy and sandy soil. Now from where you are going to collect these samples? You are going to collect the clay soil just near the river bank, and then loamy soil could be collected from somewhere where the agricultural land is present, and the sandy soil could be will also be found near the bank of the river where the sand is more. Now you have to take a handful of soil, and from these three samples, now remove all the pebbles and rocks and grass blades from there. You take out the grass, all the other impurities which are present in the soil, as you need to knead these soil particles. So it is going to hurt your fingers, so you just remove all these unwanted things. Next, you remove any other pebbles. After that, you add water drop by drop. You need to knead the soil. Okay, you need to knead the soil with the help of your fingers, your hand. Now adjust enough water with that so that the ball is going to be formed. As you knead the flour in your homes, so you would see that the water is being adjusted in such a way that a lump is going to be formed. Okay, so it could be formed in the form of circles, it could be formed in the form of the lumps. Ball could be made very easily. It should not be very sticky, it should not be very dry. So you need to remember to add that adequate amount of water. You need to add the good amount of water in it, but it should not be more than the requirement, otherwise the ball will not be made. Now what you have to do, you have to make some shapes. Now repeat, now what shapes you have to make? You have to make a ball, you need to make a circle, you need to make a cylindrical like thing. Okay, so these shapes will be made with the help of these three types of soil which you have taken, with the clay soil, with the loamy soil, and with the sandy soil. Now repeat this activity with another samples also. You tried it with the clay soil, next you have to try it with the loamy soil, then you have to try it with the sandy soil. And what you have to observe here, the observing thing is that are these shapes being made very easily, or there is some difficulty with certain type of soil? So we will find that when we are doing this activity, we will see that the particles which are present in the clay soil, they are cling together. So the clay soil is the best one to make these shapes. So clay soil is having the particles, they are very smaller in nature, which is going to be helpful in making these shapes, and it will be very easier for you all to make these shapes in the clay soil. But it is very much difficult in the sandy soil, because the soil particles are large enough and they will not be clinged together, and they are not going to be attached together, which makes them very difficult for the shapes to be made. And loamy soil also we will have certain difficulties, as the particles are very less, and sometimes some of the particles are very large, some of the particles are very small, some of the particles are intermediary. So we are not able to draw means we are not able to make these shapes very easily with the help of the loamy soil. So the best soil which we found that for making these shapes is the clay soil, and that is the reason because of which we are making the earthen pots, we are making the diyas with the help of these clay soil only. Okay, so this is known as chikni mitti. Why? Because this is very soft in its nature, and we could make various shapes with the help of this. Okay, next is I think with this the chapter is complete now. Now next we are going to discuss is the revision of this chapter, which is there in the form of what we have learnt in your NCERT book. I quickly read out the points and discuss it properly. Next is that first point says the soil is important for life on the earth. Yes, we discussed much about this, because soil is very much important for the life on the earth, as it is important for growing the crops. It is important for the trees, because trees requires nutrients, and if they are not growing, they are not able to give us oxygen, they are not going to give us the crops are grown in the soil, and it is necessary for the microorganisms, as they are going to live there. These are the shelter for each and every living organism. Okay, so these organisms are directly or indirectly related to the soil, they are being attached to the soil. Next thing is that second point says the soil profile is a section of the soil with different layers. Yes, just now I showed you this activity where the soil profile is going to be observed very easily. Okay, so this was the activity which is related with the soil profile. Soil consists of various layers. Next is that soil consists of different types. Yes, it is of different types, as clay soil, loamy soil, and sandy soil. Okay, so these three types of soil we have already seen, that clay soil is having very small particles, they are clinged together. Loamy soil is having the middle shaped particles, as they are not very large, not very small. And sandy soil is having a larger particles, which is having the size of the particles is very big as compared to the clay and the loamy soil. Next is the percolation rate. Also we have seen that percolation rate of water is different in different types of soil. Why it is different in different types of soil? Because some of the particles are large, so water could percolate easily, and some of the particles are very small, the water could not percolate easily, and it remains on the soil. So with this we found that sandy soil was having the best quality of percolation rate, and the clay soil was having very bad quality of percolation, as it was having the water retention capacity, as the water was being retained on the surface of the soil. Okay, next, the different types of soil are used for cultivating different types of crops. Why? Because suitable crops could grow in the suitable soil only. Some of the crops could grow in the black soil very properly. For example, the cotton crop is growing in the black soil. Okay, so in different regions the different types of soil is being obtained. So if we talk about sandy soil, the pulses could be grown somewhere there in the sandy soil, and as you could see, desert plants are there. Next, you will see that loamy soil is suitable for growing the wheat, gram and paddy. Then clay soil is also responsible for growing these rice crops. So these were the various types of crops which are grown in the various types of soil, and these soil will be the best one to grow all these things. Okay, all these crops, I mean. So next we will see that the soil holds water in it, and this is known as soil moisture. So why this is, the capacity of holding water is very much different for different soil. Water holding capacity and water retention capacity, both are the same things somewhat. Okay, so the capacity of the soil to hold water is very important, because if the water is not being held in the soil in between the particles, they could not absorb, the crops could not be able to absorb the nutrients very easily. Okay, so these are the various properties which we have discussed in the chapter, where we saw that these crops are going to have the moisture content in them, which is responsible for the nutrients to be dissolved and it is going to be supplied to the crops. Next, clay soil is used to make toys, statues and the pots. Okay, just now we saw the activity where the clay soil is important for making these statues, these toys, and you could make toys also with the help of these clay soil, as it is done in this activity. Okay, so this was all about the revision of this chapter. Now we go on to the exercise part of this chapter. Okay, I think you all have understood the chapter very well, and now you will be able to solve these answers very easily. Okay, now the first question is that in addition to rock particles, the soil also contains. Okay, the question is that in addition to the rock particles, the soil also contains. So this you have to tick the most correct option. So the options are: it also contains air and water, it also contains water and plants, it also contains mineral, organic matter, air and water, and the last option is water, air and the plants. So the third option is the best one. Why? Because in addition to the rock particles, the soil also contains minerals, organic matter, air and water. Okay, all the things are present in the soil, so this will be the right answer, the third option. Now the second question is, it is also again a MCQ type question. You have to tick the correct option. The second question is that the water holding capacity is the highest in. The water holding capacity means what? Water holding capacity means the soil particles could hold water very properly, means they could keep the water with them for a long time. So which is the best water holding capacity? So the options are sandy soil, next is the clay soil, next is the loamy soil, and the last one is the mixture of the sand and loam. So which is having the best quality of holding the water? The water holding capacity is highest in the clay soil, as you could see that the very small particles are present, and these particles will cling together and they could hold the water for a long time. Okay, so this is known as the water holding capacity of the soil. Now next question, we move on to the question number 3, that is match the item in the column number 1 with column number 2. Okay, so this is about the matching the column. That is, the first question in column number 1 is a home for all living organisms. Now what will be the right answer to be matched in column number 1? A home for living organisms, large particles, all kinds of soil, then dark color, small particles, lesser amount of humus. So the option number 2, so this will be the correct answer to be matched. So the answer for this question will be this B part. So I just write down this B will be the correct option. Okay, so we'll write down this. Okay, just don't draw the lines, you just write down the alphabets. Okay, so this B will be the right answer. Next, the upper layer of the soil. Upper layer of the soil, now again this is over. Okay, next is dark color in nature, small particles packed tightly. Okay, so the C part is the correct answer because it contains humus. That is why the upper layer of the soil, the top soil, is always dark in color. So this is also over. Next is that third word is going to be matched with the column number second. What is the third word? That is sandy soil. So sandy soil is having the large particles. Absolutely correct. So A is the right answer. That A option is going to match with this sandy soil, that it contains the large amount of particles. Next is the middle layer of the soil. Middle layer of the soil is now two options are left. This is also over. Next is the small particles and the packed tightly. No, this could not be there. Next is the lesser amount of humus. So this will be E option, as the lesser amount of humus is present in the subsoil. Why? Because all the topsoil contains only humus. The subsoil is not containing humus. It is containing all the pebbles and other materials. Minerals are present. Next, the last option is option number fifth, question number fifth. That is the part fifth is going to match with this last, which is being left. Clay soil is having the small particles which is attached tightly, packed tightly. So this will be the option number D. So this was about the match the columns in which is being solved here. Now next, what we will discuss is the question number fourth. Explain how the soil is being formed. Now this as you think over is it that how is this soil being formed. So the soil is being formed by the process of weathering. Now you have to explain the weathering phenomenon properly in this question. Okay, so how is this formed? The soil is being formed by the process of weathering. Now how is this weathering being done? So weathering is being done because of the action of the temperature, pressure, wind, water and the growing plants and animals over there. So you will explain completely what do you mean by weathering, how it is taking place. The process of weathering takes place when the temperature is being much more during the daytime. Then what happens at the night time? It contracts. So expansion and contraction continuously takes place because of the increase and decrease in the temperature. So because of the much more contraction and expansion and contraction of these rocks, their crack happens, means crack occurs. Now once the crack is being formed because of the temperature and the pressure, so what happens? Water is getting inside, air is also acting over it. Now some of the trees could grow here, which widens the crack, and as soon as the crack is widen up, the rocks are being broken down into two parts and the powder is being it is going to be scattered on the ground, and this is known as the soil. So this is how weathering of rocks takes place and the soil is being formed. Next thing is that you will discuss about the clay soil. How is this clay soil useful for the crops? So clay soil is useful for certain varieties of crop, that is the paddy crops. Why? Because the soil is the soil is having the small particles. These are attached together, means they are clinged together. So once they are clinged together, they could hold water. So water holding capacity is much more and percolation of water is less. So if water is present there in between the particles of the soil, then what happens? Then it is going to hold much more water and it is going to help the absorption of the nutrients because it is going to retain for a long time in the water. So it is very much useful for growing the paddy crops. Okay, so just explain about the particular type of crop which is being grown in the clay soil. Next, you have to list the differences between the clay soil and the sandy soil. Now what differences you could write between clay soil and sandy soil? So the first difference will be the clay soil is having smallest particle. Okay, it is having the smallest particle. Next, sandy soil has the large particles. Next, clay soil has good water holding capacity, and this sandy soil has very bad water holding capacity, means least water holding capacity is there. Okay, next you will write about water retention capacity. Clay soil is having much more water in it, but sandy soil cannot percolate, means it could not hold water for a longer time, it could not retain water for a long time. Lastly, you will discuss about the percolation rate. So sandy soil is having the highest percolation rate, where the particles are more and they could be passing these water from the in between the particles. Next, clay soil is having very less amount of the water percolation rate, so that will be the differences. You have to write down at least 3 or 4 differences with the soil. Crops, types of crop could also be utilized in writing the differences, so you will write at least 4 types of 4 differences. Okay, please remember, you will write down about 4 differences in this in the list, okay, in this answer. Next is the now explain how this soil is being formed. We will draw the diagram here. Okay, for diagram of weathering will be drawn here in this question. Next, the difference is over. Now we go into the next question, that is question number 7. Sketch the cross section of the soil and label its various parts. So for sketching the various layers of the soil, you will draw the soil profiles, which we have discussed here in the last class. I mean, this diagram will be drawn, which is showing you the various horizons of the soil. So you will draw this one. Okay, it is given there in your NCERT book also, various layers of the soil in this chapter, in this question. Okay, now we go on to the next question. You will draw the soil profile. Okay, soil profile. Next is question number 8. Question number 8 says, Razia conducted an experiment in the field related with the rate of percolation. She observed that it took about 40 minutes for 200 ml of water to percolate through soil sample. Calculate the rate of percolation. And yes, we discussed about this percolation rate yesterday only. So I'll just recap this. I'll just tell you how to solve this question. So in the percolation rate, you saw this activity. How is this percolation was being observed? Okay, so this was about the water retention. So percolation rate will be solved using this formula. So how much minute is responsible? Rate of percolation is 200 ml, means it is present, and how much is there? 40 minutes was taken. So what will be the answer? 0 will be cancelled by 0, 4 will be cancelling 20 with the number 5. 4 5s are 20. So what will be the answer? 5 ml per minute. So the formula remains same, amount of water in milliliters divided by percolation time. So this will be the answer. Okay, you have to calculate the answer in this manner. Fine. So this is how you will write down the answer for the question number 8. That is, the percolation rate will be, percolation rate is always be calculated with the help of this water, amount of water in ml divided by the time taken for the percolation. So the answer would be 200 ml of water is there divided by 40 minutes. So this will be 4 5s are 5 ml per minute is the answer. You will write down in the complete sentence. Okay, so write down in the complete. You are not going to change this in seconds, just write down the answer in the minutes, ml per minute. Okay, so this will make the answer as 5 ml per minute. Okay, fine. Next is that question number 9. Question number 9th is, explain how soil pollution and soil erosion can be prevented. Now first you will write down the soil pollution, the definition of soil pollution and soil erosion. That soil pollution is the means it is the property of a soil when the soil is being contaminated with the various contaminants, with the various pollutants. And soil erosion is a phenomenon of the natural phenomenon where the topsoil is weathered away, topsoil blows away with the water and the flowing water and the wind. Okay, so how it could be prevented in the following ways. Soil pollution could be prevented by the various by not using the non-biodegradable waste, which should not be dumped inside the soil, as it could decrease the fertility of the soil. And next we have discussed about the fertilizers and the chemicals should be utilized in a very lesser amount, so that it is not going to decrease the fertility of the soil, which is not going to create pollution. Okay, so many points we have discussed in the last class. You could take the help from that particular slide. So I'll just show you the answer from where you're going to write down. So the answer could be the prevention of soil pollution. This could be the answer for the question. Excess of polythene bags, excessive chemical fertilizers should not be used. Factory waste should be there could be They should always be treated. Then pesticides should be avoided. Okay, so this could be the answer for your question. Now next question, what is that? The next question, and yes, and one more part is there. How is this soil erosion could be prevented? Soil erosion could only be prevented by afforestation, by planting more and more trees, by increasing the forest cover, green cover. Okay, so this is about the way by which you could prevent. Now next is the solving the crossword puzzle. So this would be solved in your book as well as write down in the copy in the form of name the following. Okay, name the following type. Okay, you could write one word answer for this. I think this will be very easy for you all to to complete this question. So just I quickly tell you the way by which you have to write. Plantation prevents it. Plantation prevents soil erosion. Okay, next is this fifth. You have to search and fill here. I'm not going to fill it here, you could fill it in your book. Okay, so plantation prevents soil erosion. Fine. Next is see it's number second, it's not there in this diagram, it is in the last previous slide only. Next is question number across, means this side. Okay, and the fifth is use should be banned over to avoid soil pollution. Plastics. Okay, plastics. Okay, plastics could be there, or non-biodegradable waste, it could be there. Fertilizers could also be written, where whatever letters could come here in this gap, you could write. Okay, next is polythene. It could be polythene, polythene. Polythene will be also be the right answer. Okay, just fill according to the gaps which are being given. Next is question number 6th, that is type of soil used for making pottery. It is used, pots are being made with the help of clay soil. Next is living organism in the soil. It could be 7 numbers. 7 is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 9 letters are there, living organisms in the soil. It could be the ant. No, ant is very small. Caterpillar, CATTERPI. No, it could not be there. So you could write down the living organism which is living in the soil. It could be the rodents, RODENT. Okay, rodents, it could no. Okay, so the eighth number is there. You could write down the name of an organism which could live in this soil properly. Means it could be present in the form of in the gaps. It could be written in these gaps. Okay, number of gaps are there. Next, you could write the name of any organism which is living in the soil. Fine. Next is the next question is the okay, so the next is this living organism is, this was living organisms lived in the soil is the earthworm. Okay, earthworm will be the right answer. Next, the first question, desert soil in desert soil erosion occurs with the help of wind. Okay, next, because it is dry. Next is clay and loamy soil is suitable for the cereal like wheat. Okay, next is the type of soil which could hold water, little water, is sandy soil. And the last is collective name of this soil is the profile. Okay, so this is about the crosswords. We could check and write. You could write another words also which is suitable for writing the name the following kind of question answers. Okay, one word answer should always also be written in the same manner, and you should always remember that it could come in the form of one word answer in your examinations. Okay, so just prepare the question answers in the same manner and in the ways it could be asked. Okay, so this is all about the chapter soil, children. So we have completed this chapter. I hope you all have understood this chapter, and if something is left to be understood, if you're not able to understand any answer, you could ask them in the online class. Now I'm going to see this chapter is finished, as I'm going to meet you all in the next video with the next chapter to be studied. Until now, you will complete these question answers in your copy so that it becomes a practice for you all. So children, that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next chapter to be studied. Thank you for watching the video.